if you're going on holiday this year, can you go away, enjoy, guilt-free, and still maintain all the hard work, all the progress you've made in the gym and with your health whilst on holiday? Absolutely you can. So, welcome back to Spain, guys. I put out on my socials asking for questions about holiday-related fitness. So, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Number one, can I enjoy my holiday without ruining on my phone? Can I enjoy my holiday without ruining all my progress? 100% we can. 100% we can. We can enjoy, we can relax, we can indulge, and we can still maintain all the hard work we have done in the gym and with our health and with our fitness over the last 12 weeks, 6 months, whatever it is. So we're going to go through a few things, but one of the big things I would do is just make sure this is a simple rule that allows you or focuses you to not go then looking for all the bad stuff, because there's plenty of temptations on holidays. For example, make sure there's protein at every meal. Now, this doesn't mean that we are counting on MyFitnessPal 35.7 grams of protein per meal. That's not what we're saying. What I'm saying is, by putting that simple rule in place, that when you come to a coffee shop, like I'm in today, got my espresso before going to the gym, if you have that rule, I've got to have protein, then you're not going to go looking for the pastries. Because in the fridge there's every pastry under the sun. So if you go, I've got to have some protein. We're not measuring the protein, but I've got to have some. That stops that temptation, because you could have all your calories at the breakfast table without any shadow of a doubt. Now, if one day you absolutely fancy one, but you've got that mindset of, I know I'm in control of this. I'm going to have an almond. I got told off today for calling it almond. For an almond croissant, for example, then have that croissant guilt-free, but put something in place the rest of the day then. Low-level stress, we're not counting calories, we're not doing any of that. So if you want that something, just be aware of it, have it, enjoy it guilt-free, but then we'll make some adaptations throughout the rest of the day. So can you enjoy your holiday without ruining all your progress? Absolutely 100%. So the second question then, do I need to train while on holiday, or should I just take the week off? Right, a couple of things. I like to train on holiday. Now, people would say, well, of course you do, but when you're on holiday, for me, the idea is to do things you enjoy, to do the stuff you enjoy, right, with less time pressures. So now I can come up to the gym. I still only train for 20 minutes, but I can come up to the gym, I can sit in a coffee shop beforehand, whereas back home, I can't do that because I've got stuff to do and life and da-da-da-da. Whereas now I can come up, grab an espresso, sit on my phone for 20 minutes while the caffeine kicks in, and then head to the gym. So for me, I like to train. I think it's a purely personal decision. It says here, or should you just take the week off? If you've had a really hard training block where you've really given it everything for 6 to 8 weeks, whatever it is, then you may decide to yourself, I'm going to take that week off in order to recover, to rest and recover. Now, I want to give a balanced view on this, because obviously I would go to the gym. But the balanced view is, if you take that week off, because, I'm on holiday, I deserve a rest. If it's this angle, I deserve some time out. Then what leads with that is that you go, well, I'm not going to the gym, I'm on holidays, so I'm going to eat and drink absolutely everything that's on the menus wherever I go. I'm just going to blow it. I'm going to blow the week, because I deserve it, I've earned it. And okay, that's okay, that's a choice. But by going to the gym, you're going to make better choices while still enjoying, while still having a glass of wine, of course. While still having that dessert, while still having that almond croissant. Of course, we're on holidays. Real world talk here. But real world talk means you don't have to go, I'm like a child, I'm on holidays. Bring me everything. I want to eat and drink everything. If you do that, you are going to blow your gains. Absolutely simple as. Real talk. If you're over 45, tired of your own bullshit, get in touch. Number 3, how do I eat out every day without coming home heavier? Right, first things first, when you go on holidays, 99% of the time you will go home heavier. Even a short flight to Spain, which is 2 hours for me, you will hold a bit of water, so you will be heavier on the scales. It will go. So how do you eat out every day without coming home heavier was the question. So for me, just a couple of things to think about is when you're out, especially in some of the countries like the Mediterranean countries, you get bread with everything. You've got to be careful of that stuff because it's warm bread, there's butter, there's alioli on the table. You could eat your calories in that bread alone. So just be aware of that. Make sure when you're out that you are having as much as you can, 80% of the time, you're having that protein-based meal. You're having protein with your food. Again, it isn't MyFitnessPal measuring, I've only had 100 grams of protein today. That's not what we're saying. Just make sure you're going out for breakfast. I'm going to get some eggs or some nice bacon or whatever it is. Right, so your plate has got bacon and eggs on it. Is that the ideal meal? That isn't what we're talking about. Perfection is not the issue here. And when you go out for food in the night, just make sure that you've got that protein. Last night, for example, I had fish, one of those ones cooked in the salty thing. Lovely. It wasn't a compromise choice. It was what I actually wanted. I really wanted it. So I had fish and Spanish potatoes, glass of wine. Job done. Lovely. What I didn't then is go out and have 10 pints after it and then grab some chocolate and have some desserts. I wanted what I wanted and I had what I had. It wasn't a compromise. It's not a compromise to go, I really want the pizza. Well, if you know you're going out for pizza tonight, just get that walk in. Get that extra walk in. You're not going to offset the calories of pizza wholly, but this isn't what we're trying to do. We're trying to just make sure we go back home in a decent shape, 4 to 5 pound heavier, which you will. That's just the facts of life, but it'll come off. If we can fluctuate in there and still have the odd pizza, the odd glass of wine, the odd meal out, of course, because you're on holiday, you're going to be eating out every night, I guess, unless you're in an apartment. But of course, you can do all that without, like I said at the start, throwing everything in the fuck it bin and going, I'm on holiday, ho, 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 look out. If you do that, there's a payback. Okay, question number 4 then. How much should I walk on holidays to help balance out the food and drink? Now again, for me, I haven't even got my watch on today. I don't count my steps on holiday. I just like to get out and do 40 minutes before the gym. So I do a couple of loops round to a coffee shop where I grab my coffee. And in the day then, you're going to be walking by default anyway. You're walking from the hotel or the apartment to the beach or wherever it is. So for me, again, it's about taking the stress levels down. Just make sure you're having a walk every day. Maybe a couple of walks a day, and when you go out at night, you're walking to wherever you're going. So as long as you get a deliberate walk in somewhere, I think all the incidentals will give you enough steps. They'll give you enough steps, 100%. Because you're never going to balance on holiday, because you eat more calories on holidays. That's the facts, me included. Everybody, you eat more calories. So I will get one deliberate walk in, maybe, and then allow natural stuff to do the rest. Number 5 then. What's the one habit you tell everyone to keep while they're away? Now, for me, there's a couple really. Keep active. If you don't want to go to the gym, fine. Absolutely fine. But if you're going to get up, have your almond croissants and your pastries, lay by the pool all day, of which I'm a fan, by the way, of laying by the pool all day. Yeah. But if you're going to do that, and then you're going to grab some sandwiches, and then you're going to go out in the night and have 10 pints of a pizza, then you are going to come home with a 10 pints of a pizza body. That's the facts of life. So it's just finding that. I don't like the word balance because there isn't such a thing. But the question was, what's the one habit? Just make sure for me that you're active. That if there was one, there's several, but if there was one, I would say make sure that you're active, because the activity itself burns calories, of course, but it also stops you then from throwing everything in the bucket bin, like you said. Well, I went for a walk this morning, so I'm not going to blow it today by having 5 Danish pastries and croissants. I'm not going to blow it now because I went for a walk. Or if you've been to the gym and it's an 80% session because the gym isn't the best or it's a bit hot, again, your mentality is, well, I've done something. I've been to the gym, I've been for a walk, so I'm not now going to blow it all by just eating myself into oblivion, which is completely different from having that something you like, having that nice meal, having that glass of wine, because that is real stuff on holidays. I hope that helps. Like I said, just as there's any other questions, there's a few, but I think those are the good ones. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking to enjoy. We're looking to do things that we don't normally do. We're looking to have some nice food. Of course, you're on holiday. If you want that pizza, go for it. Just allow for it. You want that Italian, go for it. Just allow for it. Simple steps, simple things, but go and enjoy. So I'm going to finish off my little dinky espresso, and I'm going to go to the gym because that's what I love. Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going in the world this summer, enjoy. If you need any help, don't forget, drop a message below and I'll get back to you. Have a great day, have a great holiday, have a great summer.